Time for what I gather can only be considered a morning ramble. Do you know there's a guy on YouTube, Eli the computer guy? You know who you are, Eli. I know you complain that everyone says you're Jewish because your name is Eli, but get over it. You kind of look Jewish too. And what's wrong with being Jewish? I'm not Jewish. I look Jewish. Jewish girls, they went crazy over me when I was younger. I didn't mind. But that's not the point. Let me just mentally organize myself. It's coming up to 9:15 on Sunday morning. No stems, no seeds that you don't need. BC Goldbud is bad as weed. I think that's BC Godbud. I don't care. Alright, the point today. I do have a subject of some importance, but I want to find something that I can play back as audio. Okay, here we go. I'm going to my YouTube channel. Play. Whoops, wrong section. Ambient music. Where's frequency 2? This is insane. This is my own playlist. This doesn't have frequency 2. Well, alright. I'll play this. They stick an ad on my music. Two ads on my music.
Regarded as the greatest mathematician alive.
Who's that?
As I can remember, I always loved numbers and puzzles and patterns.
Okay.
Sometimes because of the way it's taught,
Sure.
mathematical ability doesn't feel connected to the way we learn math.
Wonderful.
But I think we all have an innate ability for mathematics.
Right? Not necessarily.
I think mathematically can be a tool that you can use to solve problems in a systematic way. I like to think that this class is for anyone, really. In fact, maybe this class is even more suitable for people who have not had formal mathematical training. I'm not going to give you homework. The way I approached problems in mathematics was to try to turn it into a game. A large part of this class will be about talking about problem solving. We abstract them, we break them up into pieces, we make analogies, we try to find connections with other problems. The first player who can collect 3 numbers,
This is like a
15, wins the game. Playing this game is quite challenging. If you
A
don't know
masterclass
it.
ad is like
This
3
will be much
minutes
more
long.
game. Tic-tac-toe. People
Now,
often
mind you,
have
you get an
more
hour or
cards
so
than
worth of
simple
music
discount
out
enemy.
of the
This
bargain.
guy's a friend. Some people
Holy
think
Toledo, that's a lot. Okay, let's listen. Let's let him
In
wrap
this
up.
class, you will appreciate a little bit more what mathematics is, how we solve problems, and how some of these strategies can be of use to you in your daily life. The ideal problem to work on is one which is just barely outside of your reach. It's not so much whether you succeed or fail the question, but it's whether you can learn something from it. My name is Terence Tao, and this is Masterclass.
I give it to you for free. Okay, and now we get the really think about this seriously, and so it's silence. Okay, here we go. Recorded in January of 1985. Subject of the day. Back toward the end of the summer, the Speaker of the House introduced and honored a centenarian who had fought in the Second World War, and he was honored in the House of Commons. Subsequently, it was discovered that this centurion, this 100-year-old guy, fought for the Nazis. How can that be? Well, it just so happens that that 100-year-old man came from Galicia, also known as Galicia, which is also a place further west, a bit more pleasant weather. No, it's Galicia, or some people call it Galicino, Galicina, as in Vysočina, Galicina, everything on the road to China. But, it's pronounced Galicia by most, and this is Western Ukraine. And Western Ukrainians, Galicians, were once part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and they feel very strongly that they are an independent state even now. And as a person whose mother came from there, I am half Galician, Galicina. My grandparents had Austro-Hungarian passports. When they came to Canada, they were literally poverty-stricken, indentured slaves sent to Winnipeg, Manitoba to work on a farm for a year to have the privilege of coming to Canada. It's really easy to get in nowadays, ain't it, pretty boy Justin? So, so skipping all the Galiciæ shit and the fact that our Prime Minister went on in public and apologized for having shamed Canada. You didn't shame Canada, you infuriated people from Galicia. That man proudly fought alongside the Germans because they were allies at the time. Galicians and Germans, they were all part of the friendly pact of Austria-Hungary. And these Galicians didn't accept Soviets. They weren't giving up so easily, and they still are not. So when you, ignorant Trudeau, condemned and forced the speaker to resign, well, I don't think you personally did so, but the guy had to resign over it, which is a bloody shame, because this man, this 100-year-old man, who's a bit confused why everyone is doing this 180-degree turn on his being honored and then suddenly condemned in a matter of moments, all he was doing was fighting for the independence of his nation. Boy, Justin, I hope you lose big soon. Your wife left you. People gotta wonder why. You and I both know why, don't we, Justin? I knew your father quite well. I never really bothered to get to know you well, but I used to go up the ski lift at Tremblant with your father, once or twice a year at least. And he was always most interested in me because he was deeply interested in my mother in a very sexual way. And nobody cared. It was a different time. But you're the product of the 70s. You were born in 1972, the disco era, and your mother, Margaret, was a bit of a shame, but no one cared, and we still don't. We barely care about you. We tolerate you because, conservatives, I should say, because stupid Canadians voted for you because your name is Trudeau, and for some reason that has star power in the same way as any other number of names do. Thankfully, mine does not. But you, Justin Trudeau, off with you. Go masturbate in the bathroom because no office staff will suck your dick anymore. On account of... Go to a doctor, Justin. That's what they're there for. Put on a beard and a mustache and go incognito, but get that problem dealt with pronto. Okay, the skinny. I admit it. I'm a conservative. Card-carrying. Big fan since the Brian Mulroney days. I can't stand you, Justin Trudeau. I despised your father. They really despised your father, utterly loathe you, cannot wait for Pierre Poilievre to take over the reins, and I don't care if he gets a minority. Damn it, Poilievre, grab the power. Get rid of Trudeau and his whiny. Say no more. Needless to say, the subject at hand was Galicia, Galiciæ, the fact that YouTube monetizes my music. I don't get any money out of this shit, and they put like 4 minutes. Okay, so it's got pictures of a Macintosh computer, and it was made on a Macintosh computer, but not exactly. There's no way you could make that with a Macintosh computer at the time, unless you had some kind of secondary tape recorder playing a bit more of the tune, which is what you're hearing right here. And also the heating duct noises, because this is January 2005 and it's a brand new Mac. What can I tell you? Say no more. Thanks for... Have a happy holiday season. For those of you that are Jewish, this is big time Hanukkah season. Enjoy. It's Sunday. You can have a good time. The Sabbath is long over. As for the rest of you, well, get on with the business of doing your consumer Christmas shopping, whatnot. I don't know. Hi to people from Connecticut. My paternal grandmother came from there. Watching you, Rory. Watching you. I'm giving my tastes away here, but I'm a big fan of the Gilmore Girls. Why? Never watched TV at the time, but I'm catching up on it now, and I tell you, it's made for people like me. So if you ever get the chance, Gilmore Girls. What's so special about Rory Gilmore? Find out.